Bisek.
Today we are going to explain what is meant by resolving forces and adding forces. We start with resolving forces. Remember that if we have a force Fx and a force Fy, if I add them together, I got a force F. So I say Fx and Fy equal F. The opposite is true. I can say F equivalent to Fx and Fy. This means Fx, F is resolved, the word resolved, to Fx and Fy. These are called components of F. If this angle is theta, cosine theta equal Fx over F. يبقى Fx equal F cosine theta. Sine theta equal Fy over F. يبقى Fy equal F sine theta. This means any force can be resolved. Force F can be resolved to components Fx and Fy. One Fx equal F cosine theta and Fy equal F sine theta. But if the force F makes angle theta here and alpha there, then the horizontal component could be F cosine theta or F sine alpha. The component and Fy is F is F cosine alpha Fy is F cosine alpha or sine theta. A force of 20 Newton, makes an angle 30 degrees. The horizontal component F cosine 30, which is 20 cosine 30, which is 17.32, and Fy equal F sine 30, 20 sine 30 equal 10. A force F like this, right, 10 Newton, making an angle 30 here. This component is 10 cosine 30, which is 8.7, and this component down is 10 sine 30, which is 5 down. Down means it could be said that it is negative 5. A force F like this, 30 Newton, making an angle of 40 degrees, and the angle with the vertical. Here, the vertical component is 30 cosine 40. Why? Because the angle with the vertical. I could say the vertical is 30 sine 50, because this angle is 50. Because rather than saying 30 sine 50, I can say 30 cosine 40. And the horizontal component is 30 sine 40. I could say 30 cosine 50, but I'd like to use the angle 40. But always, if the angle with the y, if the y is the cosine. If the angle with the x, if the x is the cosine. Here, the horizontal component is negative because to the left, and the vertical component is positive, up. This force then, right, 20 Newton, making an angle 30 here. The horizontal is 20 cosine 30, and the vertical is 20 sine 30. And both are negative because this one to the left and that one is down. When I draw them properly. But when I want to express them, I say this, that this is negative and this is negative. When I ask you what is the component along the x, you say to me it is negative 20 cosine 30, to indicate for me that it is to the left. When I say what is the component vertically, you say to me 20 sine 30 negative 20 sine 30. Why? Because it is vertically down. Now, if you have an example, right? The example is a block. This is example 2 in page 87. A weight of 8 kilograms. Its weight is Ag. Normal reaction R. Acted upon by a force of 10 Newton, making an angle 30 degrees. Right, now the force then is resolved into component 10 cosine 30 and a vertical component which is 10 sine 30. The horizontal component will produce acceleration. يبقى 10 cosine 30, no force against the motion, equal MA equal 8A. 8A. M is 8. From this equation, I can get the acceleration, which will be equal to 5 root 3 over 8. Then I can say R plus 10 sine 30 equal AG. يبقى R plus 5 equal AG اللي هي 78.4. يبقى R equal 73.4 Newton. Then this is about resolving forces. Now we come to adding forces together. We all know that if we have a force F1 and a force F2, as we took before in O-level maths and in physics, we can add these two forces into a resultant. This is a resultant. We will be given this angle theta between the two forces. So we are going to say this side equal the same, that side the same as F2. Its length is F2. That angle, I can call it alpha, and alpha is 180 minus theta. Then using the cosine rule, we can find the resultant. The resultant R. R square will be equal F1 square plus F2 square minus 2 F1 F2 cosine alpha. From this we can get the value of R. If we would like to get this angle, right, beta, the angle between the resultant and with F1, then we say using the sine rule, R divided by sine alpha equal F2 by sine beta, where beta can be found. We need to take an example of this. Example 3, say that if we have two forces, one making 45 degrees, 10 Newton making 45 degrees, خلاص, and the other force 8 Newton making 30 degrees. And we want to get the resultant. We complete the parallelogram. We complete the parallelogram. This is the resultant force. We know that this angle is 75. Therefore, this angle is 105. And this is 8 because this is the same. Using the cosine rule, we can say r square equal 10 square plus 8 square minus twice 8 10 times 8 cosine 105. We will get the value of r. R will come out to be 14.3. Right. R will come out, right, the resultant force is 14.3. If the resultant makes an angle theta there, then this angle, we will get this angle first. We call it alpha. You say, using the sine rule, that r over sine 105 equal 8 over sine alpha. We will calculate alpha. It will be 32.6 degrees. Then theta would be 45 minus 32.6. It will be 12.4 degrees. This means the resultant, by the resultant, making angle of 12.4 degrees with x-axis. The other way to solve this problem is this. We draw the forces. We draw the forces one after the other. What you mean is this, that we draw the first force, let us say the 8 Newton. The 8 Newton now, this is the first force. This is the force, the first force, which is, say, 8 Newton, making 30 degrees. Then we are going to make the second force, which is making an angle of 45 with the horizontal like this, and that resultant is, that force is 10 with an angle 45 degrees. So we drawn one at the end of the other, like when you say vector AB plus BC is vector AC. This is the resultant. What is this angle? This angle is 30, so this angle is 60. And this angle is 45, so this angle is 105. So the resultant R square equal 8 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 8 times 10 cosine 105. We will get the resultant equal 14.3. Then we call this angle alpha and use a sine rule. Therefore we say the resultant R divided by sine 105 equal the force 10 over sine alpha. So we get the angle alpha. We are going to get the angle alpha to be 42. The angle alpha will be 42.4 degrees. Therefore, this angle theta is alpha minus 30, which means alpha minus 30, which is going to be 12.4 degrees. This is the angle, a resultant, the resultant with the x-axis.